everybody. I'm Connie Bowman. I teach regularly Monday mornings, Mindful Mondays, 9 a.m. at the North Laurel 50 Plus Center. I see some familiar faces, so hi guys, I miss you. This morning, if you've been coming regularly, showing up to your mat on Monday mornings, we're in a different place. I decided to come up to my deck just because we have a nice vast vista behind me, so I hope you enjoy it, but I also hope that you enjoy your practice and keep your internal gaze really focusing on your body, your experience of yoga this morning, your breath. And so if anything that I suggest to you is just not going to work for you this morning, for whatever reason, just modify as you are able. Use your own inner guidance to decide. So we're going to start on our back this morning and use any props that might make that experience more comfortable for you. So if you have your blanket, you won't need to cover up probably. It's fairly warm. You can roll it up just ever so slightly, like just a little bit, and put it under your neck. You can roll it up completely and slide it under your knees. That gives you a gentle lower back sort of easeful way of laying down. And then once you get there, just place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. I'm right in the sun. Very nice. I'm getting a suntan while I teach. And just connect to your breath. Your normal breath, your natural breath. Just notice on this Monday morning, this new beginning, first day after the summer solstice, just notice how your breath feels. So you can feel with your hand on your belly and your chest the rise and fall. And then notice those parts of the body that are making contact with your mat. Begin to notice the parts of the body that are suspended somehow, the lower back, the curve of your ankles. And then notice the sounds in the distance. Beautiful bird sounds. Notice the sounds closer in, the sounds in your world, the sound of my voice. Notice the temperature of the air. And with your eyes closed, maybe you can perceive sunlight shining in through your eyelids. And begin to invite in a deeper breath. You can let your arms rest by your sides, palms facing open, inviting a receptivity as we begin this new week, new day. So deeply inhale into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. And exhale slowly, keeping the exhalation longer than the inhale. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Every breath, a new beginning. So I'm really fond of John O'Donohue. He is an Irish poet and mystic, and he left us way too early, but he left us a lot of beautiful poems, prayers, and blessings. And I thought I'd share a little bit from him this morning. It's from his book, To Bless the Space Between Us. And he writes in the introduction about beginnings. He says, before it occurs, a beginning can be a long time in preparation. This is why some beginnings take off with great assuredness and one can instinctively recognize that the right direction has been chosen. Without any struggle, one enters into a fluency that seemed to have been awaiting one's choice. Other beginnings are awkward and slow, and it takes considerable time before the new path opens or welcomes one. Sometimes beginnings can catch us unawares. Often when something is ending, we discover within it the spore of a new beginning, and a whole new train of possibility is in motion before we even realize it. Take a few more deep breaths here. Each breath a new opportunity to explore your own physical aliveness. He goes on, when the heart is ready for a fresh beginning, unforeseen things can emerge. And in a sense, this is exactly what a beginning does. It is an opening for surprises. Surrounding the intention and the act of beginning, there are always exciting possibilities. This inevitability excites artists. So much can actually happen between the moment the brush is taken into the hand and the moment it touches the canvas. Such beginnings have their own mind, and they invite and unveil new gifts and arrivals in one's life. Beginnings are new horizons that want to be seen. They are not regressions or repetitions. Somehow they win clearance and become fiercely free of the grip of the past. What is the new horizon in you that wants to be seen? So on this next breath, we're just going to reach above our heads and extend our legs long, pointing our toes, and take a full body stretch as you inhale deeply. And then as you exhale, bend your left leg and hug your right knee into your midline. So we'll hug it into the chest. You can keep your eyes closed here or glance up every so often just to make sure we're in sync. So hug that knee into your midline and just notice how that hip is feeling. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, take it over. The knee comes over to the shoulder. Hug it in toward that right shoulder. And just notice how it feels to breathe here. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, take that knee in your left hand and just gently guide it over to the left. And just notice what wants to happen. That right hip will swing up. The right arm can open up and take a gentle turn of the head toward the right side. Opening up that right shoulder. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to roll back to center. And we'll take that 2 more times. So inhale. And as you exhale, hug the knee into the midline. Just a gentle stretch for the hip. And you might be ready to extend that left leg long. Certainly that is an option for you if you want a little bit more stretch. But keep it bent if your lower back is tweaky here. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, take that knee over to the right shoulder. Hug it in. Good. Breathe here. And as you exhale, open up that arm to a T. Take that knee over to the left side. Take your gaze to the right. Gentle twist. Good. We'll inhale again as we draw back to center. And exhale as you draw that knee into your right shoulder. Maybe pulling a little bit closer that knee to the shoulder if you're ready. Inhale and exhale it to midline. I went a different way. It's okay. And then as you inhale, open up. And as you exhale, take your twist to the opposite side. Take your gentle neck turn, stretching that neck in the opposite direction of the leg. Nice big breath in. And then exhale. Come back to center. We'll release both legs long, reach the arms overhead, point the toes, get a full body stretch here. Big breath in, and on your exhale, bend the right knee and hug that left knee in. Again, if you feel like you're you want that right leg extended long, just notice. You can even go there and then change your mind. No rules here. It's all about you. So hugging that knee in, take a breath, and let's take it to midline. Changing up my plan as I go. Inhale. And exhale, take that gentle twist, opening up to the opposite side. So maybe your knee comes all the way to the floor, maybe your shoulder, left shoulder comes down to the floor, but maybe not. It's your body. You just notice where you want to take this stretch this morning. Inhale, and exhale, let's take it back to center. Hug into the midline this time. Maybe you feel like taking some ankle circles here. Good. Inhale and exhale, take it out to the shoulder. Good. Inhale and then exhale, open it up. Take your twist. Just a gentle wake up for the hips, the shoulders. Good. Come back to center. We'll take that one more time. Where are we going to go? Let's go to shoulder here this time. Inhale. And exhale, take it to the midline. Just a little different stretch for that left hip. Good. And inhale and exhale, open it up, take your twist. Take your gaze to the left. Full breath in and full breath out. Come back to center. If you have that blanket under your neck, just move it out of the way and take another full body stretch, reaching, pointing toes, and then flex your toes. Take some circles with your wrists, and take some circles with your ankles, go both directions. And then take your hands behind your head. So see if you can take your fingertips right back to the back of the head, supporting the head, and then take your thumbs to your jaw. And bend your knees here, bringing your knees back, feet back to the floor. We're going to take a few abdominal crunches here. So on your inhale, you're going to relax down. And on your exhale, we're going to crunch up, just lifting the shoulders. And inhale, back down. And exhale, crunch. Just engaging, waking up those abs. Inhale, lower down. Keeping those elbows wide. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lower. And exhale, crunch. Let's take 3 more, just moving with your breath. Waking up the abs. Setting up our practice, beginning our week with some strengthening. I think this might be our last one. Slowly lower down. Good. Release those arms out to a T and just pause here. Notice how your shoulders are feeling. Notice your belly. Notice your breath. Good. All right, we have one more set of those. This time we're going to cross that left ankle across that right knee, and we're going to keep our elbows nice and wide so we have this spaciousness in the chest. Keep your fingertips on the back of your head and your thumbs on your jaw. Inhale, lengthen, lower the head if it's lifted, and exhale, take your right elbow towards your left knee. Inhale, lower down, and exhale, right elbow to left knee. Good. We'll take 2 more, and then we'll switch sides. Moving with your breath. Just slow it down if I'm moving too fast. Keep your breath slow and steady. Good. Switch sides. Cross that right ankle over the left quad. Take your left arm, left elbow to the right knee. Moving slowly with your breath. Slower is harder if you haven't noticed. I certainly did. Good. 1 more. And then slowly lower down. Release those legs to the mat. feet to the mat, and bring your feet mat width, so they're as wide as the mat, and just take your knees in to touch. And let your palms face up, and just feel your breath for 2 more breaths here. Relaxing into this pose of repose. Just taking a little pause, and when you're ready, blink your eyes open. Just take your knees over to the left. So we're going to do some little windshield washing of our legs, just to stretch the hips a little bit more. Easy, easy. And take another one to the right, and another one to the left. And come back to center, and then here we go. It might feel really good to hug your knees into your chest, and just take some gentle circles, drawing circles on the ceiling, massaging out that lower back. And then go the other direction. Breath long and smooth, nice and easy. Such a good thing to change up the location of your practice. It just kind of makes everything feel fresh. And it's definitely going to give me a nice rosy glow. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. We're going to make our way up to seated. So if you want to rock and roll with me, you can, or roll over to one side. But if you can, you get a little bonus massage for your spine along the length of your spine, and then rock up to a seat, and then take your legs over to the right. So that left foot comes into the right inner thigh. And then sit up nice and tall. We'll take a gentle twist. So take the left hand and the right hand to the outside of this right shin. And then sit up nice and tall. Breathe in and take your gaze toward that right shoulder as you exhale. One more breath in. One more little gentle twist. Good. And then unwind from your twist. Take your right fingers and just walk them out a little bit to your right. And take your left arm up. We'll take a side stretch to our right. And a full breath in. And a nice exhalation as you gently turn your gaze toward the left side. Getting that stretch all up and down the left side of the body. Good. One more breath in. Maybe lean a little more. And as you exhale, just gently lower those right hands to the floor. And then we'll take this right leg and open it out and take that the left foot into the inner thigh of this right leg. And take the right hand and just tuck it underneath this right calf here, or somewhere underneath that right leg. And then flex the right toes. Look at them and spread your toes and flex them. Give the toes a little stretch. And then reach that arm up again. We'll take that stretch again. So we're reaching for that right big toe. Some of us might make it there. And then there's this gentle twist toward the center of the torso. The torso is coming, those right ribs are coming toward the center. So take another breath in. You might turn your gaze underneath this left arm. If you want a little bit more. And exhale it out as you slowly come up. And we're just going to switch. So we'll take our feet to the opposite side, setting up in this mermaid pose. So I think it is called mermaid. And sit up nice and tall and just turn your torso to the left. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. And as you exhale, take your gaze over that left shoulder. Nice gentle stretch here. One more breath in. So that left hip might be up off the mat. No biggie. Just taking a gentle stretch, moving A little deeper with your exhalation. One more breath in, and then slowly unwind. Bring yourself back to center and take those left fingertips to the left. Reach up with that right arm and take your stretch over to the left. Making space for the breath in that right side body. And notice if this starts to be a little challenging, if your breath starts to get choppy, just begin again. Nice big deep inhalations and long, full, complete exhalations. Good. We'll take one more breath in. And as you exhale, slowly come back, come out of it. Release yourself. And we'll extend that left leg out to the side. So we're in sort of a half straddle here with the right foot in the inside of this left inner thigh. And tuck that left hand under your calf or just lay it down. And then see if you can gently encourage this right hip to stay down. It might come up a little bit. And take that left arm overhead, twisting your left rib cage toward the center, finding this twist toward the center. Stretching the side body. Just having your hand under that leg helps give you a little more leverage here. Take another breath in. Then a nice deep exhalation brings you back up to center. And then take a seat. Cross your legs, crisscross applesauce, or however you are able. You might tuck your blanket or your pillow underneath your hips. We won't be here too long, but just makes you feel a little more supported to get the hips a little bit higher. And when you're ready, just close your eyes. We're transitioning here from laying down to seated. So it's another new beginning. And as you're ready, inhale and take your nose toward the ceiling. If you're outside, your nose toward the heavens. And exhale your chin down to your chest. Find that length in the back of the neck. Good. Inhale, lift the nose toward the ceiling. And exhale, chin comes to chest. Beautiful. Last one here. Lift. And exhale as you lower. Beautiful. Bring your chin parallel with the earth and draw your shoulders way up into the ears. Give yourself an exaggerated length in the spine, really exaggerating that shoulder shrug. And then take them back, drawing those shoulders down the back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. So we're offsetting all of our forward movement, all the posture, poor posture that we tend to revert to when we're not conscious of it, right? So take another couple of shoulder rolls, only back. We get enough forward hunching motion, so let's just take them back. Maybe a couple more. Maybe you notice a few little crunchies in there. See if you can work them out. Good. And come back to center. And just take that right ear to the right shoulder. Notice how that feels. Notice if, like me, you started to lift that right shoulder up. See if you can reach around with the right hand for that left ear and just gently encourage that ear toward that shoulder. Getting a nice stretch. You can even take those left fingertips out to the left and let your breath be smooth and even, easy, easy, easy breath, but long and complete. And then as you're ready, slowly release that. And we'll take that left ear to the left shoulder. Just notice it might be different from the right. Notice where it is, and then you might want to take that left hand over to the right ear and just gently encourage that stretch. You can walk your right fingertips out to the right. And let's breathe here together. Big full breath. Nice long slow exhalation. Beautiful job. As you're ready, slowly release. Good. Now just shake out your wrists. This is one of our favorite things to do. Right, Nancy? We shake the right wrist, right and left. And then shake the left wrist up and down. Little brain. Not easy. Not easy at all. Wait a minute. Okay, now shake the right wrist up and down. Shake the left, left and right. Oh, one way is easier, right? Whew. Okay. Roll out those shoulders. We got the other side. Shake the left hand, left and right. Shake the right one up and down. Who said yoga's easy? All right, left hand up and down. Right, right and left. And then just forget about it. Forget about it. So we begin again a lot with that exercise. It's good. Try it at home. You can try that one at home. When you're ready, switch the cross of your legs. We're going to be here for just a few more breaths. We're just going to take a little walk of our fingers forward until we find that edge where the lower back and the hips are feeling sensation, no pain. Sensation only here, please. Take a nice big deep gulp of air. And then as you exhale, just lower down to wherever you find the most enjoyable stretch. Wherever you enjoy it. Chin can come to chest, eyes can close. Just let the hips release with every exhalation. Every breath, a new opportunity to begin again. On your next breath in, just gently walk your hands back up, and we'll switch the cross one more time. So the other leg is in front, and just take your forward fold. Walk your way forward. You might notice this hip is a little more cooperative. Maybe it was just ready. It was ripe and ready. Move with your breath. Maybe you take it a little deeper on this side. One more breath in. One more breath out. And on your next inhalation, just slowly walk your way up. Coming back up, take your blanket or towel and just place it on your mat where your knees will go. We'll come into tabletop, smooth out all the wrinkles so you are nice and supported here so you don't have sore knees. And let the tops of the feet come to the floor. Do the Sophie shake, shaking your hips right to left. Sophie's my chocolate lab. She shakes. I feel like I have to tell people, you probably all know that. Take your fingers and spread them nice and wide, and then press into the knuckles so that you are supporting your wrists. And then draw your elbows toward one another, and notice how that feels on your shoulders. And then draw your elbows out. See if you can find a happy place where you are engaging the muscles of the arms and not stressing your shoulders. And then as you're ready, just drop your belly, lift your chin, and inhale. And then round your spine, take your chin to your chest, come into that Halloween cat pose as you exhale. Inhale, spine goes in the opposite direction as you push the mat away. And exhale, round forward. Good. We'll take one more. Coming into cow pose. And then moving into that Halloween cat shape. And as you're ready, come to center. We're going to take, let's start taking our right arm forward, thumbs facing up, palm facing in. And notice if your shoulders coming out of the socket. Just kind of gently draw it back in. And then take your left leg and just take your toes to the floor. Just extend that leg long and take your gaze forward. And you can completely stay here. But if you'd like to come into bird dog and engage your abs, engage in a little balance play here, just lift your leg. Find that length. Maybe point your toe. Maybe flex it. Notice what feels good to you. We'll be here for one more breath. And as you exhale, just lower it down. Sophie, shake it out. And we'll take it to the other side. So first, lift that left arm forward, thumb facing up. And find your gaze toward those fingertips. And then if you want to just extend your foot out so that your toes are on the mat, go for it. You can engage those quadriceps, pulling the kneecaps up, and that's a stretch and a little muscle engagement there. And then if you'd like to lift your leg, coming into a little balance, a little strengthening, working on the back and the abs and the balance. It's a threefer. Let your breath be slow and smooth. Helps you keep your cool, right? And as you're ready, slowly lower it down. Take the palms and face them toward you, so your fingertips are coming towards you, and just take a little stretch of your wrist here. Just a stretch. Nothing more. Maybe lean back a little bit. That should feel good. Good. And then take your fingertips to the mat. Take your fingertips a little bit forward of where they were. My mat is getting hot. And tuck your toes. And you can play with this. Just lift your knees off the mat a little bit. And just lower your knees again. Just see if that is going to work for you. If it's not, just leave your hands there. We're going to come up into downward facing dog. See if you can come up on your fingertips, only if that works for you. Lift your hips and come into downward facing dog. Eventually lower your hands to the mat and just notice you've gotten a nice stretch of your fingers. Feel the afterglow of that stretch. Take a nice big breath in and walk your dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Beautiful. And then find stillness. Relax the back of the neck. Move anything out of your way so we can take a graceful walk to the front of our mat, and then just join me at the front of your mat in a forward fold. So you might take a generous bend of the knees here as you reach for your elbows and hang in ragdoll. Take a big breath in. And a nice long exhalation as you shake your head yes and shake your head no. Just letting that lower back unwind. Now you can stay here with your belly almost or completely on your quadriceps, or you can begin to straighten your legs and just play with how that feels. Maybe it's somewhere in the middle, just a little bend. Find what feels good to you. Take one more breath. And then bend the right knee, take the left hand to the floor and take your right arm up toward the sky, taking a twist. Good. If you like, you can take your right arm behind your back, palm facing up, and take a little half bind here, opening that right shoulder. Take one more breath in as you gently take that gaze up toward the sky. And as you exhale, replace that hand. Right hand comes to the floor. Bend that left knee, lift that left arm up. And decide if you want the half bind here, breathing deep. And exhale to slowly lower your fingertips to the floor. You can make fists. You can rotate your fists in one direction and then the other. And then press into your feet. Press in with all the joints of your toes as you root to rise. We're coming up to standing, reaching up, looking up, Let your palms touch above your head, and then press your palms together, really pressing your palms together, activating those biceps and the shoulders, and draw your hands to your heart center. And just close your eyes here. So we're balancing in this mountain pose. Release your arms out to the side and see if you can draw your shoulders, shoulder blades toward one another. Taking one full big breath here. And then exhale, let it go. And then we'll begin again. Shake that out. I won't make you do the shaky right and left thingy. Not this time, not for this practice anyway. Look down at your toes, lift and spread them, and then press them into the mat. Engaging your legs. We'll take a sun salutation. So inhale, reach up victoriously, reaching up for the sky. Let your fingertips touch, and then as you exhale, come into your forward fold here. And if you have blocks, this is a great place to use them. Make the floor come up to meet you when it seems far away. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. And then exhale, take your hands to the floor. Take your left foot back, all the way back, coming into a low lunge. And just feel that stretch here. Breathe in as you look forward. And as you exhale, take your hands to the floor. Step back to your plank or lower your knees. And then we're going to come all the way down to the floor. And then take your hands on either side of your shoulders, squeezing your elbows in. Lift up, cobra pose. And exhale, lower down. Forehead comes to the floor. You're doing great. Inhale, second cobra. And exhale, lower down. Last one, we press up, coming through table, tucking the toes. Lift up, downward facing dog. Nice. Take a full breath here. Oh, such a nice breeze. Exhale it out. And then slowly make your way to the front of the mat. You're in your forward fold. We'll move a little more quickly as we finish this second side here. Inhale, root to rise, reaching up, looking up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up, maybe even lean back, let your fingertips touch. And then exhale, swan dive forward. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant your hands, step back with your right foot. Find that length, that long, low lunge. You can come up to your fingertips, just rocking forward and back, feeling that stretch. Getting way back there so that right leg is somewhat straight and that left knee is over the left ankle. Take another breath in, place your hands on the mat, and as you exhale, step that left foot back. Decide if you're going to lower down through your plank. If you are, rock forward slightly so you are in good form and you can use your abs, or take your knees to the floor, take the tops of the feet to the floor, and just lower all the way down. Forehead comes to the mat. Take your cobra. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Lifting up, shining your heart. And exhale. Good. This time we're just going to lift up into our cobra. And then we're going to come to a Sphinx pose. So the elbows come underneath the shoulders, the palms are on the floor, and here we are. A little bit of a back bend here. Just let your eyes close, let your shoulders roll down away from your ears, and feel your breath. Now, Sphinx is a nice back bend. But if it's just not enough for you and you would like to go a little bit deeper, you can take your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders and lengthen out your arms and breathe here in seal pose. a deep stretch for that lower back. And breathe here. Good. And then as you're ready, slowly release that. Make a pillow with your arms and just turn your head in one direction and relax. Rock the hips from side to side and breathe. Good. Now take your head in the, let's say turn your head so your right ear is on your pillow. And then take your left knee and draw it up towards your left shoulder. Good. And breathe. And on your next exhalation, just extend that left leg long. Turn your head to the other side, to the right side, so the left ear is on your pillow. And then take that right knee and draw it up to the right shoulder. Just releasing that lower back. A lot of stuff for the lower back today, because nothing is fun when your back is bothering you, right? And get a fresh start with a nice stretched out back this morning. Take one more breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly release that leg. And we're going to roll over to our back. Just coming all the way down to the mat, but bending your knees. Bring your heels up to your glutes and take your hands to the floor. And we're going to press into our feet and lift up for a bridge pose. So snuggle your shoulders underneath you and you'll get that nice expansion in your chest. And breathe here. Nice full breath in. Deep exhalation. Try to draw your inner thighs toward one another and maybe lift up another inch as you inhale. And then exhale, lower down, just one vertebra at a time. And notice what would feel good. So maybe it's pulling the knees in and rocking from side to side. And maybe you're ready for round 2 of bridge. So as you're ready, press your feet into the floor, lift your hips, take your hands and clasp them beneath you and snuggle those shoulders in and draw those legs in toward one another, lifting your hips and keeping your breath smooth and steady. We'll take one more breath in together, maybe lifting a little bit higher, and then slowly release to the floor. We're going to take a happy baby before we rest. So hug your knees into your chest, and if you can get a hold of the sides of your feet and draw your knees in toward your shoulders, just as we started earlier, just with one leg at a time. See if you can draw those knees down toward your shoulders, pressing your feet towards you, getting a nice stretch. And while you're here, it's mandatory, absolutely mandatory, to put a smile on your face and then possibly rock from side to side. So if this just does not work for your hips, if you can't get a hold of your feet this morning, you can always just hug your knees in. We'll be here for one more breath. And as you exhale long and slow, take your legs as wide as your mat, releasing them out, letting your feet just fall to the sides, and deciding if you want to tuck something underneath your head or underneath your knees. Once you get there, arrive in your Shavasana. Just allow your whole body to relax. And then, before we completely let go, let's tighten every single muscle in the body. So make fists, tighten your legs, tighten those core muscles that we worked today. Get some really tight abs so that if someone was going to punch you in your abs, they would hurt their wrist. And then let it go. Good job. Really let it go. So let the eyes be closed. Let the face soften. And just melt into your mat. Nothing to do here. This is for a new beginning. In out-of-the-way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time, it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight when your courage kindled and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning. That is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure, hold nothing back, learn to find ease in risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits you. Begin to deepen the breath. And bring small movements to fingers and toes. Awakening to this new day. And then curl up on one side, whichever side feels right. And just pause in that fetal position that signifies rebirth. And just notice how you feel after this practice. Some of it got a little intense, perhaps. But you kept breathing. Beautiful job. When you're ready, use the strength of your arms to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And we'll meet together. Of course, you always have the option to stay and rest as long as you like. But if you're seated, draw your hands to your heart and take a bow to your own beautiful light. Acknowledging this practice, acknowledging this new day. And maybe you will be inspired to move your yoga mat to a new place. Just see what happens. Just for fun. Thank you guys for practicing. Thanks for starting your Mondays with me. It's always a pleasure. Namaste.